चलो मुझे अपने बाहों में।
This is off my playlist on Radio All 106.3 FM, Qatar ka number one Hindi radio station. मैं हूँ Vivek and today I have with me a young talented boy, 23-year-old from Mumbai, singer-songwriter. His name is Rohan Kamath. Welcome.
Hey Vivek, how are you, man? How's it
I'm
going?
doing great. Thank you so much for being here. My first question to you would be about your music journey. कहाँ से start हुई थी? कितने साल हो चुके हैं? You're still young, so when did you start?
Yeah, so music is something that has always been. So initially I got into playing the keyboard, but I wasn't really very interested in it because the classes had a room where they used to teach the keyboard and the guitar both simultaneously. I always wanted to learn the guitar. I always insisted my sir to like sort of push me towards learning the guitar, but he would always tell me that you're too small to hold the guitar and all of that. So in the end, I sort of ended up leaving the keyboard classes and I started singing. I must be around 6 or something.
Okay,
six,
so you
seven.
started quite early, like 6.
Yeah, keyboard it's easier to play. You know,
Yeah.
that sort of a thing.
Huh,
yeah.
huh.
So I mean, I guess the sir was right when he said that I couldn't hold
Of
the
course,
guitar, but
yeah.
but I really
Now
wanted
that
to.
you think and you think about that time कि हाँ, because वो तो बड़ा होता ही हाथ में
Yeah,
पकड़ना मुश्किल होता है.
correct,
At least
correct.
keyboard का size standard रहता है.
Correct. So yeah, after that I got into Hindustani classical music, and I did that for like 6 to 7 years. I gave a few exams. That is where I get the
Of
bass
course.
from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then eventually I got into guitar, and then I started doing more the things together, and I slowly started writing, and that is how it is.
This week's Off My Playlist track is your lovely, beautiful track, and which was released 5 months back, but you recently, just last month, released the music video of it, and it's looking beautiful
Yes.
as well. The song is amazing. So that's your
Thank you.
second single. So I guess you started off making your own songs very recently.
That's correct. So I started putting out original music last year when the lockdown hit, but this was on a very amateur production sort of a thing where I just recorded in my house on the iPad and just put it on SoundCloud, not on other platforms, because I wasn't really aware of all the technicality that goes into it. So I just started putting songs out on SoundCloud, and people really started liking the songs that I put on SoundCloud, which is, to be honest, it's a very niche sort of a platform as compared to other ones. So that inspired me to sort of, like work on my original content because people were really liking it, relating to it. In February of 2021 is when I released my first song, which is Pani. And then consequently in July, I released Bas Ho Mere.
Bas Ho Mere, I've been hooked on to it. It's a very beautiful track. बहुत ही प्यारा सा गाना है. So if you could just take us through the song, how was that song made? When did you start writing about it, and what was it based on your life? कहाँ से इसकी इंस्पिरेशन कैसे है और कैसे, how was the whole process of it?
So Bas Ho Mere was a very interesting process even for me because I had never really been involved in that kind of a songwriting process. This happened during the lockdown. जब भी हम सब घर पे थे during the first lockdown. जब we were very clueless. We were all scared. We didn't know what to do. I was in the house with my parents, and we were just all very like we used to look at the news every day. It was all very scary, and so I was just like sort of sitting with the guitar one day, and I just started singing with the guitar, and I always do that whenever I do that. I have my voice recorded on. So I was recording it, and I just started singing it, and I just sort of in the flow sang the entire melody with most of the words, and it just naturally came out. Like we've been in the same house. Our routines are the same.
Yes.
We don't get to go out because we could, but
of course.
It's the first lockdown, and I think it was all like pent up in my head, and it just came out naturally. And it was about how you have to be grateful for the people you are around. You should take that moment and acknowledge the love, the gratefulness that you have towards them, because that is, we saw so many lives being in danger, and that is when it actually hit us that what we have around us is what we have around us is something that we should be really grateful for.
Did you think about it as कि भाई ये love track होगा of two loved ones, or did you think of it as a gratitude level and of
नहीं, तो हाँ, मैंने ऐसे सोचा था कि it wasn't about a boy and a girl, it was basically about gratitude. But the more I wrote into it, the more I got into it, I also saw that okay, this could also have this angle, because you obviously feel connected to a song because of a particular person. It's never a general view.
बहुत ही प्यारा गाना है बस हो मेरे, एंड मुझे तो बहुत ही प्यारा लग रहा है. मैं इतने दिनों से बस यही गाना सुन रहा हूँ. So if you could just sing few lines of the song, that'll be great.
Yeah, sure. कहीं गुमसा पता हो गया हूँ मैं यहाँ, कहीं दूर ले चलो मुझे अपने बाहों में, कहीं मैं चलूं तेरे ही तो लिए, दिल खाली है कदम बढ़ाए साथ तेरे, तुम तो हो बस हो मेरे।
Beautiful,
Thank you,
Rohan.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And you have
Thank
just
you.
begun your journey. And I wish you all the success in that. And I hope that you keep making some amazing music just like this one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Vivek.